Hey, I'm an improviser, and improvisers need to make sure that when they're on stage, they're not blaming each other, or like in a workshop or in a class. You don't place blame on anyone. You want to make each other look good. You want to make your scene partner look good. I've talked about that before. So you never want to place blame on others. You also want to make sure that you listen to others' ideas. On stage, someone presents an idea, and we show that we're listening to those ideas by participating, by saying yes, by agreement. We also want to make sure that we share and take turns. In a scene, you don't want to be the only one talking the whole time. You want to pause. You want to let the other person talk. It kind of goes back and forth. You have to take turns. You have to share the stage. And finally, it's really important that there are some rules of improv that you are supposed to follow, some general rules that have been kind of put in place. So you need to make sure that you do that. Well, last week in my school, our word of the week, at schools, most schools, you have some kind of a word of the week, a character word of some sort. Well, I thought this was beautiful because this was our word of the week: fairness. And when I was looking at that word fairness, and I always talk with the kids a little bit about it, I'm looking at the word and I'm looking at what it means. What is fairness? What does it mean to be fair? It's not equal. Fair and equal are different. But when it comes to fair, I look on this chart and it talks about not placing blame on other people. That's a fair thing to do. Don't place blame on people. You have to be able to look at yourself and reflect on yourself. It's a collaboration here. Also, you want to make sure you listen to other people's ideas. If you're not listening to people's ideas, you're not being very fair. If you think it has to be your way and that's the only way, and you're not willing to listen to what other people want to offer, that's not very fair. You also want to share. You want to take turns. And I talk about that in improv. It's sharing and taking turns on stage, what you're saying and what you're doing, the physicality, everything that's happening. The same thing is true in a classroom as well. And then the last thing is that we have rules in our classroom. We have rules in our society. And it's important for the kids to play by those rules. So just another example of how I love improv and the connection to being a good improviser and to being a good teacher with regards to listening to others' ideas, sharing, taking turns, not blaming people, and making sure you play by the rules. Just another brilliant connection. So I hope that helps you today in some way. If you're a teacher and you have words of the week, there are lots of fun ways to connect those words to what we do as improvisers, and there are exercises that can benefit from by doing that. So I hope that offered you a little help today.